this November 19th Jackson County Commission work session to order. Have our invocation by Mr. Porter and our pledge by Mr. Gunning. Move on to our agenda items. There are 3 items I'd like to add to the agenda, and we're working through this process. Ideally, we don't want to add items right before the meeting, so we'll hopefully get to that process. A few things came up, but F, G, and H.
To the Honorable Floyd Hambrick as judge thereof comes now Wayne Gillum, the applicant representing the Gillum family, and pursuant to Section 2224 Code of Alabama 1975, makes application to locate a cemetery in Jackson County, Alabama, and states the following: that the cemetery will be located on property owned by Kevin Gillum at 1358 County Road 530, Scottsboro. We are hereby request to be put on the Commission's next agenda to hire an entry-level probate clerk to fill the vacated position of Kathy Hancock.
This is a position, again, that's been vacated. If we proceed with this next week, we'll have to go through the current personnel policy and advertise that. But it would have to be voted on in order to post this, is my understanding. So, do we have any questions or comments on that particular item? If there's no objection then on that, we will place that on the next meeting agenda also to be voted on to advertise that position. Next item is regarding a park maintenance temporary position at the Jackson County Park. Mr. Barr?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I have a temporary employee right now. His time ran up. I was thinking last Tuesday or Wednesday sometime, and I laid him off. And then I think he had Mr. Porter right away saying we could reinstate him up till the 27th, until y'all have time to vote to re-up him for another 6 months.
Okay.
But you can just work on 6 months at a time, and y'all let him go or ask y'all's permission to.
Is this, if there are any questions from Mr. Barr, is this going to be a reoccurring thing? Is it?
Well, I'm hoping not. I usually hire two people in the summertime temporary because I have more grass and stuff that we need and that kind of stuff. So every summer I'll always have 2 temporary people I'll have to bring up. But it just don't, it's not feasible for me to keep them full time in the winter time. I don't have that much to do.
Okay. And we'll need them for another 6 months though this time when we renew it?
Not when I renew this guy. I'm hoping this full-time position, you know, if we can fill that position, I won't have to have one.
Okay. So for this temporary, how long are you looking?
I just looking for 6 months.
6 months.
What it is, I have an employee, he turned in his vaccination as of October the 31st. It was a full-time position. I used to try to carry 3 full-time park maintenance year-round, and then I had my 2 temporaries in the summertime. So that's what I'm looking for, is to put that one position that was given up by this man resigning October 31st and going in and hiring a full-time position.
Okay. Questions on this? It was a full-time person who said?
Yes, sir.
So it's an open position?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so our responsibility then would be to vote to advertise again on this position.
Well, let me explain a little further. The reason why I want to keep the temporary person is because if I do, I'm just going down to 2 people. And I can't operate with just 2 people. I get temporary approved, and hopefully, maybe we get the full-time person in, and I can let that temporary person or whoever go at that point. So really, I just need 3 in the winter time.
Questions or comments? Okay. Then we can place this to put out for advertising on our next agenda as well.
Thanks.
Determine where we. Okay, the next item is a working farm with Judy Prince. I don't believe Ms. Prince is here at this time, so.
Thank you, Commissioner. I will let you know that Judy Prince has met with with us at the chamber office, and what she's trying to do is purchase a tract of land in Paint Rock Valley, which she has raised 3/4 of the funds necessary to take over this property. And her whole purpose of this property, buying the property is to create a working farm.
In the packet's a letter from her. When I spoke with her the other day, obviously I think funding is her big need. She wasn't looking for funding from the county commission, but if any commissioner knows of
farm concept that could really be tied in with the school and with the elders. And I know that you all, as in your role as county commissioners, are able to influence what the senior citizen money goes for, some of it. And I know there's some senior citizen programs in Alabama, because I worked in it, where people are actually doing more with that money than Jackson County is. So I'm here on behalf of my, I call it my tribe. You know, I'm not Native American. My tribe in Payrock Valley, I'm here to try to get you to see why this would be a wonderful area to preserve. And it not only would help Payrock Valley, if there was an organic farm there that had a service project that helped children and elders, and then had tourism as a piece. So that's what I'm about. And I will work with you on it. There's a farm right now that's for sale that's right in the middle of the valley. And I have right to first refusal on it, and I'm attempting to get people who might want to invest even in it. I know y'all, that's not what this is about tonight, but I have a map of where this farm is. It's right in the center of the valley. It's the most historical piece of land in the valley. It has all the outbuildings. I've been the volunteer coordinator of the Payrock Valley History Project, and I've studied all these areas, these houses there. So I know this is a fact, that this is the best piece of property that anybody could have that's interested in preserving history. So we have the history component already for the working farm. We need an intergenerational project, and it could be done through the senior council. And the tourism could be done, and that's why I talked to JP about helping with that. Jim Bennett, who has been in the legislature for many years, and then he became something else in state government. He's just retired from state government, and he's someone I've known for 30 years in Birmingham. And he started something called a historical consulting firm for remote areas.
About 3 years ago, DCNR, the Department of Conservation, gave Jackson County 84 acres of land in Skyline for the strict purpose of creating campgrounds and an RV park. I've spoken a little bit, and we met up there, and they actually signed over those 84 acres. And there are some ways that it can create revenue, it can create employment for Jackson County, or it can strictly just be a revenue producer if we found a private person that would actually create the RV land and campgrounds, because we still have quite a bit of campers and hikers and horseback riders that come into Jackson County and utilize the walls of Jericho. And it's almost just outside the entrance of the walls of Jericho. But that's just more of an informational thing. And I didn't know whether you were aware that those 84 acres were deeded to the Jackson County. For that purpose.
Okay, the next item is the award of the A-Trip project bid.
Still on this project, we just received this morning from IDOT. This is our first A-Trip project that's actually already been let to bid. And what the commission, I'll go through it briefly since this is the first one that y'all involved with. The commission has to, prior to IDOT awarding this bid, the commission has to concur in the award of the bid. This is County Road 17, which is starting at 35 and going all the way to 79 at Skyline. It's about nearly 10 miles of paving we're going to do up tonight. As I said, it's the first of our A-Trip projects. The total bid price of this project is $1,456,460. And of that amount, our 20% match will be $291,292. And as I explained to Mr. Hodge earlier, that we have to, when y'all concur with this, then we have to send our county check and cover that match money, which will be immediately after the meeting. We've actually got to have it in Montgomery. Our next meeting 26, we gotta have it in Montgomery on the 29th, so.
Let the bid was let through, the state.
They handle all the bid process.
They send us the lowest bidder on
Yeah,
that.
the lowest bidder was Reed Contracting Services out of Huntsville. Jackson Taylor was the next low bidder, and it was like $50,000 more than Reed was. This is all we have right now, Mr. Brother. This is all we have. And we just received it this morning.
Other questions? Final item on the agenda is regarding EMA, Mr. Manning.
Thank you, Mr. Hodges and Commission, and I apologize for this being such a late notice thing. The county for several years, our office has had the mass notification system. It's a mass notification system. It's like the schools have. You know, when you get a phone call from the schools, it says that the school's going to be delayed for whatever reason, inclement weather. But the county has the same thing. We bought it several years ago. It was paid for several years through the legislative delegation. It's $1,995 a year. The delegation paid for it for a long time, and then they quit paying, and Mr. Clemens started paying for it out of his salary that he did, and it didn't get paid this year. And I've been on too with you guys, but it didn't get paid, and it was invoiced. That's all I have for the copy of the invoice, and I forgot to get this copy. But it was invoiced October the 25th. This one was due to be paid, and we need to pay for this. The rescue squad uses this. The rescue squad's only means to notify their personnel if they have a call out, somebody lost in the walls or whatever. That's how they use it to notify their people. The fire departments use it as a secondary notification system. The courthouse uses it. We have a group set up with the supervisors and the commissioners already put Mr. Hodges on it, put you guys on it. If the courthouse is going to be delayed because of the inclement weather or turned out earlier or whatever, you know, we can do that, and the supervisor knows that way and make their employees know. But it was due October the 25th, and if you all will consider voting on this at the next meeting, I can call them tomorrow and ask them to just give us a little more time. And also, I would like to ask maybe next year during the budget hearings or whatever, whoever replaces me can maybe ask us if this would be a budgeted item to be on there. That way we wouldn't be in this gym again.
What's the name of it?
We can place that on our next agenda. Have plenty of time to review them. Anything else? Mr. White? Mr. Porter? Mr. Hardin? Sheriff's Office?
Just quickly, Mr. Chairman, we were not recognized last time, and I just wanted to formally welcome each and every one of you to Jackson County Commission, and I'm looking forward to working with y'all. And Sheriff Phillips is out today on leave, and I know he would echo my thoughts. Thank y'all for what you're going to do for this county, and we're looking forward to working with y'all.
Thanks, sir. Report from Commissioners, Mr. Miller, Mr. Guthrie, Mr. Benjamin, Mr. Layden. All right, that concludes everything. Instead of a couple things actually, you do all have in your packets some information on some courses that we need to take. I believe we're scheduled to take a few of those courses already, but we will need to take a look. It says course 3, you need to take a look at what date you want to attend that, and then of course we'll have to choose another course. So if you would take a look at that and give us what you think would work best for you. Also, we will be continuing our work session tonight downstairs in the boardroom for a budget hearing. Ms. Erickson is going to kind of present the budget to us and tell us what's in that so we can understand that a little bit better. And if needed, we're going to go ahead and schedule budget hearings to follow the 26th, the meetings on the 26th, the 10th, and the 17th. If we don't need those meetings, we'll let you know. But right now, we're going to go ahead and have those scheduled in case we need additional time to look over this. So instead of adjourning, we will take a 10-minute recess and continue with the budget hearing